Hi everyone, it's Bonita from Pennies to Dollars, and today I thought it would be fun, since it's getting close to Memorial Day and camping season, if we talked about some cheap and frugal camping hacks. And so whether you are camping in an RV or camping in a tent, I'm hoping that some of these ideas might be useful to you. You may have heard of a couple of them, but there may be a few you have not thought of yet, because I do use a lot of frugal ideas that have came from my childhood, and I have parents that were raised during the Depression, and we just did everything we could to save money. So I'm trying to pass those on to you. So let's get started today. The first one I wanted to tell you about is using cheap shower caps to cover your food to keep bugs from bothering them. You can also use those cheap shower caps to put on the bottoms of your shoes if you're in a tent or in an RV and you want to keep from getting the messy bottoms of your shoes all over your living area. The second one I wanted to tell you about is using solar lights instead of gas lanterns. My husband and I like to use these, and we also use them in our house. And I have the link below if you are interested, but we just lay them in the window, they draw light, and then we turn them on and use them at night. And you don't have to use any lighter fluid or camping oil or anything like that to use in your gas lanterns. You can just use the solar lights. I always like to keep extra bread bags with twisties, and I use these instead of buying the Ziploc bags, and they save me a lot of money. When we have leftover hamburgers or hot dogs, I just put them in here and use the twisty and stick them in our mini fridge or however you camp. But it saves you a lot of money than having to buy those Ziploc bags. Also, I freeze water bottles before we go camping, and I put them in our ice chest. I use those instead of using the bagged ice. And then when the water bottles thaw, you can drink them. They last a good day or so, and you might have to buy ice later on, but they do get you started without having that initial purchase of ice. I also keep extra rope for clothesline, and I keep extra clothespins. You always need clothespins for something. And I also keep extra bungee cords, because we always need a bungee cord for something. So those are things that are really cheap to keep with you. And I don't believe in overpacking for camping. It's better to have something that you don't need than not have something that you really do need, because then you have to spend your precious camping time having to run to the nearest town or having to go to the expensive bait shop and having to purchase something there. So try to make a list and think of everything that you're going to need ahead of time, and there's no overpacking in camping. Also, we like to use our electric skillet, and I've talked about this in one other video. We have a small electric skillet that we carry with us in the camper. We put it out on the picnic table to camp with an extension cord if we're going to make something like hamburgers that's going to splatter grease. But we avoid using charcoal and lighter fluid, which is also expensive, and we can cook our breakfast, lunch, and dinner all in this, and it just wipes clean with a paper towel. I actually love this thing. It is so wonderful. I can't even talk to express how much I love this thing. So anyway, electric skillets are great to take with you. Also, remember to take some oven mitts just in case. It never hurts to have some oven mitts, so you're not having to roll up a towel or something to use as an oven mitt once you get camping. We also like to take our own fire starter, and you can just use a styrofoam egg carton if you want to. Those are extremely flammable. Styrofoam is extremely flammable, so keep that in mind. But you can also use dryer lint stuffed in toilet paper rolls or paper towel rolls. And so you just stuff them in there, and then I keep them in a baggie in the camper, and they help you start a fire, and you don't have to use any fire starter again. You don't have to buy all of that stuff to take with you, because it does get rather crowded in your vehicle when you're trying to pack charcoal, lighter fluid, gas lanterns, all of this. And this stuff is tiny and it doesn't take up much room. And then you have room for the fun stuff like swimsuits and floaty toys and all the fun things that you want to take. The last thing I wanted to tell you about is if you have any extra twin bed sheets, you might want to take one of those. They fit on the picnic tables pretty well, and every now and then you will stop at a campsite and the picnic table is just yucky. And so that's something that you can use in a pinch, that you can just toss in the laundry bag and wash later when you get home. So I hope that these things were helpful to you. I love camping. My husband loves camping. I can't wait for camping season. And if you're watching this video, you probably can't wait for camping season either. So remember, if you take care of your pennies, your dollars will take care of themselves. You have a great week.